Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to give you guys a heads up on an awesome Steam game bundle from our friends over at Fanatical that's very relevant given a major title in this franchise is coming up very soon, and we've got some other good deals over at Fanatical as they are running their January savings sale, so we'll get to that in a little bit. But first of all, we do have the Build Your Own Resident Evil bundle, the Demonic Edition. 2 games at $6.50 an item, 3 games at $6.33, and 4 games at $6.25. We'll just essentially assess each deal as if they were $6.50. Now, outside of the Resident Evil games, they do have a couple of other Capcom titles, so keep that in mind, but you can get Resident Evil Village for $6.50. There's a double pack with Resident Evil 6 and Resident Evil 7 for, you would get that as one item for $6.50, so that would essentially be $3.25 a pop for Resident Evil 6 and Resident Evil 7, the base game of 7, bear that in mind, the base game of Village as well, but yeah, that's a great pickup. Resident Evil 3 would be $6.50, Resident Evil 2 Remake would be $6.50, which is an awesome deal, RE2, Leon game, so definitely that's a relevant one to play before Requiem comes out. Then you have the Resident Evil 0 and Resident Evil bundle, that's one item as well. Then the OG Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil 5, that's available, you can get both those for $6.50. There's a double pack with Resident Evil Revelations and Revelations 2, that's a sleeper right there, to get Revelations 1 and 2 for $6.50. Devil May Cry 5 and Virgil, $6.50 on that is a banger. Devil May Cry HD Collection for $6.50 is quite good. Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition, Dead Rising 2 and Dead Rising 2 Off the Record, that's again a double pack, so you get both of those as one item. Dead Rising 4, Dead Rising 3, and then DMC Devil May Cry, low-key a banger there as well at $6.50. Great bundle here, and you get to build your own bundle. Fanatical does great work with their bundles, and this one's a pretty darn good one, so I would recommend you to check that one out. Alright, outside of that, Fanatical's got a bunch of other great deals running right now. Indiana Jones in the Great Circle is 40% off for $42.34. The premium edition is also discounted 47% off for $53. That does get you the Rise of the Giants DLC. And, the Order of the Giants DLC, excuse me. You'll get that, and you'll get some other in-game items and things of that nature. More so, you get, digital art books and, Temple of Doom outfits. So, nothing too crazy. If you want the expansion, get the premium edition. If you just want the base game, $42.34. I know that's a hefty price point. That's a really hefty price point for a game that came out literally over a year ago. This game came out in December of 2024, and it's still $42. I think that should tell you how good this game is, because this is legit a fantastic game. I don't give a crap about Indiana Jones, never have had any attachment towards Indiana Jones. Not that I've, disliked Indiana Jones, it's just, you know, I don't get into a lot of these big movie franchises and whatnot. But I played Indiana Jones in the Great Circle just based on a lot of the reception and things I was hearing about the game, was blown away by the game. Visually, one of the best looking games I've ever played. The gameplay is great. There's a good bit of content here too. With each of the levels that you'll go through, there's a lot of optional content and whatnot. And if you want to do everything, you know, it's a solid 30-35 hour game. Like, it's not like this is an 8 to 10 hour game that you're gonna beat really quickly. Now, if you bum rush right through the main story, yeah, it won't be 30-35 hours, but I felt like the optional content was worthwhile doing, and you can have a great time with it. I really enjoyed the game. I would definitely recommend it. It is obviously available on Game Pass, so you can play it that way, but yeah, $42 on that. I do think that's a pretty good pickup on a game that I really, really enjoyed. Do want to give a shout out to Dragon Ball XENOVERSE 2, 65% off for $17.74. Honestly, I just wanted to mention a Dragon Ball game on sale that I thought was a good deal, so I can gush about Dragon Ball a little bit. Dragon Ball Super is coming back. We got a new game announced that I'm a little curious what that game is going to be. It looks like it's going to cover a different kind of timeline, so to speak, or a different time of the Dragon Ball universe, so we'll see how that turns out. And Sparking Zero is getting new content as well. A lot of stuff going on, and they're remaking the first arc, the, what's it called, the Beerus section of Dragon Ball Super as well, and, bro, the Beerus, in Dragon Ball Super, the Beerus episodes have some of the most garbage animation of all time, so I know some people are like, it doesn't need a remake or a remaster, bro. It kinda does, because that show, that portion, literally looks like an effing atrocity, and I hope they end up remastering all of Super. I don't care, more Dragon Ball is a good thing. I've never thought Dragon Ball was this perfect anime. anime, but as far as anime is concerned, I totally put Dragon Ball in, like, the comfort food category. Like, I can always watch Dragon Ball, and even, like, the episodes where Trunks is powering up for 2 episodes just to get mollywopped by Cell, I can always have a good time watching some Dragon Ball, you know what I'm saying? XENOVERSE 2, I never got into XENOVERSE as much as a lot of my friends and a lot of other people did, but I still enjoyed the game, and the special edition gives you a lot of extra content. Like, there's Beast Gohan content in that game, which is the Dragon Ball Super superhero movie content, and yeah, good stuff. All in all, for $17.74, I would say that's a pretty good pickup with all the DLC. It is $5.29 for the base game, so you can check that out. One Piece Odyssey is $13.19. I certainly am not as crazy about One Piece as I am for Dragon Ball. Never really got into One Piece like that, but I know a lot of other people are super into it. I will say, I was kind of surprised at how much I enjoyed One Piece Odyssey. I thought it was a legit really good game. As an RPG, I just thought the mechanics and the fundamentals were really well done, and I'm not a big One Piece guy, but still had a pretty good time with this game. So if you are a fan of One Piece, I think you'll enjoy it much more than me, but yeah, $13.19 on that. Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth Complete Edition is at 91% off for $4.49. Good deal for Digimon Story, Cyber Sleuth, and Hacker's Memory. You get both games here for $4.49. I would say that's a really good pickup. Now, obviously, Time Stranger is a far more impressive game than this, but Time Stranger also costs like $50 still on sale. So if you want to spend a fraction of that and still get some Digimon gaming in, this isn't a bad deal at $4.49. You get 2 games. You get a lot of content. Now, the games aren't going to be blow away by today's standard, but still pretty good. Heavy Rain is a $1.79. I mean, Heavy Rain to a lot of people is a classic. It's a game that really does show its age at this point, unfortunately, but overall, I would still say it's a fairly enjoyable game, and narratively, I think it's really well done. A lot of mystery, a lot of suspense. I played this back when it came out in 2010, and I was blown away by the game back then, but yeah, had a great time with it, and I still think you'll enjoy it if you go into it and play it today. Speaking of games showing their age, and another Quantic Dream title to round things out, Fahrenheit Indigo Prophecy Remastered is 91% off for 89 cents. Like I said, this game really shows its age. Like, if I want to mention Heavy Rain showing its age, Fahrenheit really shows its age. I played it like, I want to say a decade ago at this point, and, you know, I had fun with it, don't get me wrong. The camera work in the game is quite janky, but overall, narratively, the atmosphere, I think all of that is pretty good, and if you like your story-driven games, I think you'll like Fahrenheit quite a lot, and you're paying south of $1 for it, so I don't think it's too bad of a pickup at this price point, but that is going to do it for me. Again, excellent deal with the Build Your Own Resident Evil bundle that also has some other Capcom titles as well. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, Indiana Jones, One Piece Odyssey, Digimon, Heavy Rain, Fahrenheit, some good deals across the board. But that's going to do it for me. Links to everything in the description box below. If you do buy anything, I get an affiliate kickback, which is much appreciated. That'll do it for me, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.